Hello, hello, and this is Notary Life with Kimmi, along with Angela from AJ Mobile Notaries and Alexis with Mobile Notary Services by Alexis, and welcome to Notary Mentor Monday.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Yeah, so we'll let Alexis know. Alexis gonna tell her story, or Angela? Which one?
Alexis.
Okay.
Okay, my story is really, really short. But so yesterday was Easter, it was a holiday, and a lot of people aren't picking up their phones, of course. But documents still need to be completed because the work week does start on Monday. So just long story short, I had two people call me, and thankfully I was home. I wasn't out. I was at the house. So I was like, hey, why not? And it just shows you, just answer your phone, especially if you're at the house already. People, especially like on a holiday or late notice, like a Sunday evening, they will be more than happy to come to you. Like, you don't even have to leave your house. So if it is a way, if it's a holiday or late night in the evening, well, not late night, but in the evening, more so, let's say you don't feel like leaving your home, just remember you still make the money. Just tell them, they'll be more than happy because at the end of the day, they needed kind of short notice, and it was a holiday on top of that. Yeah, they still came, and I made my money right from my house. I just had to walk out the door, walk down to the mailbox.
And how many did you do on Easter, Alexis?
I did 2 notarizations, and one of them included a witness. I had a witness I could provide, thankfully, and that was more money. And the other one was just something quick, simple. So maybe took total 30 minutes out my day.
Great. Well, let's say, hey, thank you for sharing. So, see, I work on holidays too. I work 7 days a week, not 24 hours, but I do work 7 days a week. Hey, everyone, welcome to Notary Life with Kimmi and Notary Mentor Monday, Angela and Alexis. Angela had a story she was going to share with us too, and then you guys can start dropping your questions. If you want to come up on the stage, the only requirement is we must be able to see you, and then you can come up. I'll put the link in there while Angela tells her story, okay?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're so happy to have you. As Alexis was talking, I realized I had 2 calls on Easter. I actually did one notarization, and the other guy called me with questions and setting up an appointment. So I had 2 calls on Easter too. I didn't charge extra though. But I have a good story now that I think about it. People, notaries always are interested or excited about being a loan signing agent. They want to skip over the basic notary, and they want to say, "Oh, I want to be a loan signing agent. That's what I want to be because you're making all the money." Well, that's fine and well, that whatever you want your business to be or what you want to focus on. But I had an experience yesterday. That was today. Today I had an experience this morning. I had a signing at 10 this morning, and I got it last week from the signing service. And so when I called to confirm the appointment, I asked if they had the witness available, and the gentleman said yes. And so when I get there, and I asked for the witness, asked for their IDs. So when it comes to loan signing, sometimes the spouse is not on the loan; they're not on the deed. So when that's the case, some signing agencies or services will say it's okay for the wife to be the witness. You should always ask the service. But in this case, the wife was the person, because she was the wife, she had to acknowledge that she knows about the loan, but she was not responsible for the debt. So sometimes you'll see that on loan signing documents where the husband is the debtor. Is that right, debtor?
Yeah, or they call that person.
Yeah. The husband is the signer on the loan.
Non-borrowing spouse.
And the non-borrowing spouse has to sign and acknowledge that they are aware of the loan, but they're not responsible for the debt. And so when I saw that, he said he didn't have the witness. His wife was the witness. And so when I looked on the paper, I'm like, well, isn't she one of the signers? And he was like, no, she's not on the deed. So I looked at the paper and I immediately told him, I said, well, the signing service is not open right now. I said, but I'm not sure if you will be able to do this. I said, because she is acknowledging the loan and she is your spouse, I don't know if she can also be the witness. And so he went into detail trying to explain to me that he thinks she can. I said, I tell you what, I said, we're going to sign these loan papers. I said, but I may be coming back out for these to be re-signed with a different witness if the lender says that it can't be done. So I'm just letting you know that I don't know if this is possible and that it's acceptable by the lender. And the reason why I'm telling you this story is I came back to my office and I immediately emailed the signing service and told them the situation. The signing service emailed the lender, CC'd me on it, and said to respond to it. And the response I got back was, if the person's name is on the document, they cannot be the witness. And so I'm waiting to see if they approve of me making another appointment to go back out with a witness that I will provide. So I'm telling this story because everybody's excited about being a loan signing agent. It's more than just signing on the dotted line. You have to know something about when you can and when you can't do something, or when the person can or can't do something. So I'm saying it to say sometimes you have to think outside the box. So if you know your basic rules about, who can be a witness, who can't be a witness, then it'll pique you to think, well, maybe this person can't be a witness. So don't just say sign here, and yes, she can be a witness, or no, they can't. Think outside the box. Let the signer know whether you think it may or may not be possible. And then make sure you email the lender to make sure you let them know what's going on immediately. And so that's what happened to me today. So I just wanted to share that sometimes you have to think outside the box.
And a lot of times the signers don't know what's going on, and the signing companies may not know either. So you as a notary, unfortunately, it falls back on you. Sometimes you always need to know your state rules. You might have to know a little bit extra, like Angela said, how can I make this happen? My thing is always, how can I make a no into a yes? I'm not big on no. So how can we make it happen? What do I need to do? Even if it means sometimes I might take a few dollar loss on it, maybe, but always try to get your money and make it happen legally. Okay. That's the point. So if you guys want to join us on stage, feel free. I'm putting the link in the chat there. And all things Netta Jane, you were talking about this new assignment that you have. If you don't mind, let me know if you feel like coming up and tell us about it, because I've been hearing a lot about that. And we're just welcome a few people to the to the platform here, and then we'll let Angela take over. So we got Lisa. Hey, Fearless Notary. JB. Hey, Elizabeth. Patricia. Trying to get a few of you. Ramona. She's so awesome. Hey, Shannon B. Asia. April. And those of you who will join us on the replay, welcome to you also. We got A Mobile in the house. Netta G. Treats and Design. Y'all got some cute names out there. Celeste. Amethyst is living and cleaning with disability. Go ahead, Amethyst. I love the name. David, welcome. We got a guy in the house. Hey, Rose.
Yep. Hello, David.
Hello.
Linda, Sharia, and everyone else. Hey, Deidre. So we'll let Angela take over from here, and she'll start asking our questions for us, okay? And feel free to come on the stage if you want to. We just need to see your picture in there, okay?
So that's what I was going to say. All things Netta Jean, people are wanting to know what that ID proofing is from Notary Go. So if you don't mind coming on stage, people want to know what that is that you're doing.
I got an idea what it is. I'm just going to guess it's actually you're verifying someone's ID some kind of way. So I'm just guessing because I've never received that assignment yet. But again, I know you're not camera shy, girl. So come on up.
Right.
All right. Next, any other questions?
So Ramona has something. She said, if you're a party to the transaction, according to Georgia law, you cannot be a witness. That is true, Ramona. But technically, she wasn't a party. Oh, she used to be a party to the transaction. So that's basically what the signing service was saying. If her name is on the paperwork, she cannot be also a witness, even though she's not a borrower on the loan. So
and also, in the state of Georgia, the notary cannot be a witness on a document. So you cannot be the notary and the witness on the document. The state of Florida, you can. You can be the witness and the notary. So sometimes you get a lot of pushback from signing companies. Well, you can do it. No, I can't. I'm a notary in the state of Georgia first. And then wherever your document comes from. So they give you a lot of pushback on that. Right. Very good, Ramona.
So Star Child says, someone asked me to notarize a memorandum and notice agreement, but the date on the form is November 2021. I know I have to put the date that I notarized on the form, but it's past dates common to notarize. So Star Child, the actual date of the document doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with your notarization. Documents may have different dates, which is you may have a document letter or an agreement or affidavit. If the date of the affidavit is different from today's date, it's okay. You don't have to worry about that. Now, that date can't be a part of your notarization, or that different date can't be the date the person signed. But if it's actual the document date, that doesn't matter.
And again, that's not our business. So like Angela said, you're not going to change your notary block to meet that. They might say, can you backdate this to 1920
Is she froze?
or wait a minute, no, 1989. No, we're not going to backdate it or future date it, because sometimes you'll get that. Well, the signing is going to happen next Friday. Is it okay if you stamp it today and put next Friday's date? No, whatever today is, where we're standing, that's what's happening. So we don't backdate or future date.
And remember, Star Child, we don't also change anything on their document. So only their signature date and your notarization date has to match. Hello, Cynthia. Fearless Notary Service said, this is Carlotta from last week. Just letting you know I'm from Albany, Georgia. Albany in the house, Carlotta. I'm originally from Albany. Whoop, whoop. Love your sign. It should be signing video, I think.
Well, it's singing. I just put out a new video, Angela. I didn't get to tell you about it. I did. I did. I got a couple I'm gonna be singing, y'all. So don't throw no tomatoes through the phone, but just having a little fun. Just having a little fun. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
And Carlotta, you would never hear me sing on a video because that's not happening.
Never say never.
Trust me. What about you, Alexis?
You know, I'm gonna leave the singing up to the expert. I don't think y'all want to hear me sing.
That's what I'm saying.
I love some karaoke, y'all. If you give me a mic, I'm gonna get up there. I actually won a karaoke contest one time in Florida. Guess what the prize was? It was bologna. I was in Florida. It was a 5-pound thing of bologna, but I didn't win. I said I almost, because they got mad because I nailed it and I threw the mic down. It was a Gloria Estefan song. And I was looking good that night too. This was some years ago. And I was feeling myself and I got finished. That's before you could drop the mic and it was cool. Right. I dropped the mic on the stage. They were livid.
I do karaoke, but I'm not singing on no video on YouTube.
Love me some karaoke. Angela, it's the same thing.
No, it's not. Treats and Designs by 9 says she's in Florida. Welcome, Treats and Designs. Fearless Notary Services. I'm a notary, live in Jacksonville, Florida. Yep. Notary Life with Kimmi says, you guys come on up on the stage.
Please join us.
Yep. So Lisa Casey says, can your witness be one of your family members? Lisa Casey, yes. Let them make the money too. Kim always has her family members, her father-in-law, her husband, all the time. She uses them for, witnesses. So they don't have to know that you're family members. They may want it for free. Just tell them that's your witness.
Yeah, they don't. My mama used to love being a witness till we lost her, guys. That was her favorite job, honey.
That was her favorite
all day
job.
long.
Money in there for me to make.
Yeah, she makes sure put enough money in there for me to make some. I'm like, this is not about you. It could be a $200 job. She just worried about her witness fee. So yes, Lisa, we actually also encourage you to have a witness list in advance, because sometimes signing companies, in order for you to accept the assignment, will say that's part of the notary must provide the witness. So now is a good time to start creating a witness list. As Angela says, use some people that's retired. It could be friends, family, boyfriend, as long as they're 18 years old with ID. Yep. And they represent you, so you want to make sure they dress nice when they go out with you. Don't look like you found them off the corner to be a witness, because that's still representing your business. Lisa, I'm glad you made it too, because we've been talking and you were trying to get here, so I'm so glad you made it and we're able to ask your question.
Yeah, welcome.
All right. Hey, Nicole, first time here.
Welcome, Nicole. Hello. And Amethyst just bought your book, Kimmi.
Thank you, Amethyst.
Kevin, and information in there.
Yeah, it is. Kevin,
let me show y'all right quick in case y'all don't know what she's talking about. I got the Georgia one, and this one is for everybody else. So we got Georgia, which is peach, and then everybody else, the gray one. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a little bit.
So Kevin the Cooper says the first time catching too. Good evening, Kevin. Hi.
Hello.
Star Child said, thanks. Do all parties on the document need to be present? If they're signing, Star Child, yes. Never ever notarize anybody's signature if they're not in your presence. That is a no in every state.
Unless you're a remote online notary. That's the only way. And they still need to be in front of you.
Right.
And I recently had that happen, actually. Short story. I had someone call me. We'll just say they were from Florida. And I had did a notarization for her before. So this time she figured, I have all her information in the book. She has stood before me before. Can her mom bring me the document and I sign it? No. And I look at her on Zoom. No, she needs to physically be standing in before me every single time. I don't care if I've done 10 notarizations for her.
That's right.
That 11th one might not be right, guys. And then I'm in court.
Right.
No commission. In jail without the bail, et cetera, right? We're not playing those games. So
no longer a notary in Georgia.
No longer a notary in Georgia. So no, they need to stand in front of you every single time. I don't care how many times you've done it for them, okay?
Right. So Fearless Noticer said, wait, Andrew, we may be related. We may be, girl. I got a lot of family in Albany. So Les Perry's laughing at everything, you guys. So Shavonna Kelly says, how early or late have you ladies got notary signings? My work hours are 10 a to 7 p.m., so I'm hoping to do signings outside of those hours. Let me tell you about late, Shavonna. I had a signing at 9:30 at night, and you better believe, I don't know if you was on here that night, but you better believe they paid.
Yeah, my latest one was at 9 o'clock. It started out at 8 in the morning, but the documents kept being had to keep being revised, and then everything kept happening. So it started out at 8, and then the client really wanted me. So I stood with him to the end, y'all. Started at 8, didn't sign till 9.
Yes,
so that was all day long.
Yep.
I have a client who on here a couple times. You may be heard me say, I gotta go, I got a client. But I have a couple clients who they get off late from work. So we usually meet up around 9:30 when I get done with here on Monday, like specific days, because they have constant notarizations they need done. But yeah, 9:30 was really my latest.
So always just be careful out there, Shavonda. Make sure someone knows where you are if you're going to be working late hours like that. If you have somebody that can ride with you, be it a child, boyfriend, husband, whoever, family member, or at least let somebody know where you're going to be at, okay? And then one more thing for you, since you work those hours, which are really prime time for loan signings, look for signings that say TBD, to be determined, because that means you and the signer set the time. And that's a good way for my full-time people out there that's working a full-time 9 to 5 or W-2, whatever you want to call it. Look for jobs that say TBD, to be determined. And that way y'all set the time and you can make it whenever it's convenient for both of you. Good way to get your foot in the door, okay?
And Shavonda, regarding safety too, meet in a Kroger's that has a Starbucks that's open, at 9. Even if the Starbucks isn't open, you can still go into Kroger and use the Starbucks tables and chairs. I've done that. So just make sure you go somewhere where it's safe, where there are people. You don't have to worry about anything happening. Yeah,
a couple virtual offices, we like to call it, is your Starbucks. Sometimes it might be Panera Bread. McDonald's is also very notary friendly. Like when I say notary friendly, doesn't mean they're looking at you like, what you going to buy? Right. Sometimes you might go into certain places, they want you to buy something. So those are very friendly places. Okay. And actually, shout out to Lovely Notary. She actually did a photo shoot at a Starbucks. So I said I was going to try to copy that. Yeah, she got dressed up. She said, hit a few of those Starbucks and do a photo shoot. Have somebody take the picture with you. Right. So the other notary is not the competition. I watch them all day long and I learn stuff from everybody. So that's Lovely Notary. Y'all know she'd be like, Lovely Notary. All right.
So Treats by Design by Nasa, is there a witness fee? Of course there is, and you're not paying it. The signer's paying it. So whatever the standard notary fee is $25. But I had a signing where I had to drive for like 40 minutes and they needed a witness. And so I told them that would be $35 because that's my witness time too. So whatever the witness, whenever you need to provide a witness, if it's a personal one where they call you directly, you let them know what the fee is for your witness if they request one. And if it's the signing company telling you to provide a witness, they'll provide a witness fee also. So Marlo Thomas says, I completed my first apostille assignment in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, Marlo, go. It felt great. It was so easy too. Thanks for the apostille videos and tips. Amazing.
You are so welcome. Marlo, you don't want to come up and talk about it, do you? Let us know if you camera shy.
It's interesting regarding apostille. We were just talking about this. I had a lady call me from Ohio and needed an apostille in Georgia. So she called me and I did it for her and she was forever grateful. Shavonda says she got your book, Kimmi.
Yay. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And so
let us know how you're progressing out there.
So Ramona says, can the witness be the spouse of the notary? Ramona, your witness can be anybody as your spouse, your mother, father, sister, brother. They are not related to the signer. So anybody, your friend, anybody can be a witness as long as they're not on the document. So people that you get can be the witness because they're not related to the person who's signing the document. So you guys just remember that the witness can't be related to the person signing the document. So anybody who you get for a witness will work as a witness.
And only one time have I had pushback where the document actually said the instructions that the witness cannot be really related to the notary. And I was like, what? And I went back and forth a couple of times, but it was true. And I understood why, because it was a deed. So imagine that me and Jeff in cahoots with the signer, so me and him and Mr. Smith over here, we all know each other. We trying to take his mother's house. Yeah, Jeff and I saw it because Mr. Smith might be giving us some kickback, right? So it makes a lot of sense. So, but 99.9% of the time, they don't care who the witness is. But only that one time have I had somebody push back on that.
Yep. So we got Frank here from LA, Lower Alabama. Welcome, Frank.
Frank in the house. You missed us last week. Welcome back, Frank.
So Treats and Designs by 9. She has a great question. Are you able to change the acceptance fee because a signing took all day? So Treats by Design, I'll give you my experience. It didn't take all day. Maybe Kim or Alexis have an experience. I had a signing where I went to the wrong address, and it wasn't my fault. The signing company put the wrong address on the documents. And when I went to the address, the person wasn't at home. He was at a different signing place. He had informed the signing service that he would be at the different address. They did not put the address on the information they sent me. So when I left the home and I was on my way, because I wasn't calling them to ask them, do you still want me to sign it? I was calling them to tell them that I went to the home with the address that was on the documents, and the person was not there. They was at a different location. And I said, it's 40 minutes away. I was going to ask them for like $25 or $30. And I said, is it possible for me to be compensated for the extra time? And when I got my pay, they had an extra $50 in it.
Wow.
So I'm saying that to say, yes, you can ask to be compensated for the extra time. So you just have to know. And the thing about it with signing services, never be demanding, always be respectful, let them know what the situation is, and just ask. Most likely they're going to give you something. So yes, let them know what happened. And if it wasn't your fault, they will most likely pay you extra. You have anything to say, Alexis?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Alexis.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, if it's something like that, a situation like that, then yes, that's completely understandable. But if it's something like you were at the person's house and the person held up the signing or something of that nature, it just depends on the situation. Don't just automatically keep trying to ask for different fees because it took, let's say, 15 minutes longer, 20 minutes, 30 minutes longer than you expected. It has to be some type of kind of crazy situation.
Something major to change it. And I just did a video. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but it's titled, "When is it okay to ask a signing company for more money?" Because a lot of times you hear people say, don't ask for no more money. And I even say that myself. Sometimes it is what it is. But there are times when it's okay. So I'm not going to tell you because I want you to go watch the video.
Right.
But I give you about 5 or 6 reasons when it is okay to ask for more money. And in the situation that I was just talking about when I said it took all day, I mean, literally, it was phone calls related to this client all day back and forth. So you're not getting paid for that. I only got paid for the actual signing when I was at their home. You know what I mean? So even though my first call about him was at 8, the next one at 9 was like, okay, we need to change the time. The next call was maybe 11. Oh, the documents aren't ready. Then they call again at 12 saying, no, they're not. Then I print them. They say, oh, it's not ready. I mean, we need to make a change. So when I say all day, that's what I mean by all day. So I'm not getting paid for all of that. I'm only getting paid that one fee for, so that's why sometimes those are the worst. But then actually they can be the most rewarding at the end of it all. When you know you've helped your client and they are excited, it's done. He was with me all day. He even said that. He said, man, we've been together all day, huh? I feel like I know you.
Right.
So.
And the other part of that is the only reason I did ask for more money, it was not because it took 45 minutes longer. It was because I had to drive and use my gas.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be compensated for gas. And, I let her ask her if I could be compensated, for the time, 45 minutes it took me to drive, to the different locations. So if it would have taken another 45 minutes and I was at the house, I would have never asked for more money. I asked because of the gas situation.
Yeah. So check out that video. Okay. When is it okay to ask for more money? Because sometimes it is, guys. Get your money. All right, Angela.
So
Who's
Treats
next?
and Design, the answer to your question, the short answer is yes, depending on the situation. You're welcome, DJS. They said that's a good tip for the TBD.
Yes, TBD, guys.
Frank said he's done signings at truck stops, drugstores, McDonald's, fishing camps. So anywhere. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So yes, you can do signings anywhere. So Audrey Smitherman said, "Hey, this is my first time
Hey,
in the
Audrey.
live." Hey, Audrey, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Well, Treats by Design, that's the purpose for our free money mentors, is so you get notaries can learn to help advance your business and actually help when you're out there in the field. Questions that you may have had.
Yes, real life. It's amazing what you can learn in an hour too.
Yeah, and you guys feel free to come up on the stage. Kim has put the link in the chat, so feel free to come up.
Yeah, and your questions are amazing too. We are loving it.
So Audrey says, my question is, how should we get started? What's in my backpack? So Audrey, and you guys can chime in too.
Mm-hmm.
So Audrey, as far as notary, getting started with the notary business, my first question to you would be, are you comfortable notarizing general documents, and have you had any training? So you can drop that in the chat. And how long have you been a notary? So to get started, we always recommend that you have a plan and a process. You don't just go notarizing and stamping documents because you got your commission. So you sit down and you write a business plan. You write what your goals are, and you got to have training if you're going to be a great notary. So let us know how long you've been a notary. Are you comfortable notarizing documents? Things like that.
And just to give you a couple tips of what you can put in your notary bag or your backpack, of course, you want clipboards, ink pens, notary stamp, a journal, your state's handbook, whatever state you're in. I always have that. That's like part of my Bible. I have it with me everywhere I go. Just in case you have some questions, a receipt book. Those are some basics. It's a few more things you need, but those are some right off the top of my head. Okay.
Loose certificates.
I actually have a couple of videos. Yeah, loose certificates. That's a good one, Alexis.
Yeah.
And I do have a couple of videos about what's in my notary bag and what additional stamps you may need. Also, I got 2 videos. On that. Okay. And then a full list at notaryeducatorsllc.com. If you click the recommended notary supply list, you take you right to my Amazon store. Okay. All right.
So LaSherry Wallace said, do the witnesses need to be put in the journal as well? Alexis, you want to answer that?
Yeah, so anytime you do a signing, anybody involved in the signing, you want to write down their information. So yes, you need to collect the witness's ID, write down all the information just as you did with the signer, because I always like to say, if anything ever happens, you have exactly, the witness's ID number, especially if it goes to like a legal point. You have the witness's ID number, you have a phone number, contact information, any little special notes about the witness, the situation at all. So yes, always write the witness information down in your journal.
Yes, and LaSherry, even if you know them, even if they're your friend, your parent, write it down, let them sign it, because like Kim always say, they may not remember 3, 6, 9 months from now. I didn't sign that, but if their signature is there and you have their information, then yes, they'll be shown that they've signed.
Even in the state where you're not required to have a journal, guys, always have a journal. Protect yourself. Always. A lot of states don't even require a journal. So, they don't care if you write the witness down, right? But we, being the pro notaries that we are, we're writing down everything in our journal, little extra tips that happen. Was it hot that day? Was it cold? Any dogs? Who all was in the room? Was it a nurse in the room? Who was at the signing? Was it the father, son, mother? Who was there? So all those little extra tips would jog your memory as the months and years go by. Because sometimes it might be years later that they come back and say, hey, you remember that signing from 1985? You'd be like, what? No.
I actually had to re-notarize a document for a lady that the notary was like 20 years ago, and she called him on the notary. So I was the new notary that redid her documents.
Yeah. So you don't never know what's going to happen. Always cover yourself, just like in corporate America. Okay.
So Miss CC Clark says, has anyone worked with Maverick Signings for auto transactions? We were just talking about that the other day, weren't we, Kim?
Yes, and I tried and I signed up with them and I never got a call. So finally I emailed them, the company, one day, and she was like, well, that just means we don't have anything in your area. Because I'm assuming, I'm like, well, did I do something wrong? Why you haven't given me a job yet? Is my application current? And I was like, okay, Kimberly. So no, so I've never worked with them though. I've heard they're a great company to work with though. I have not.
Did we decide if that was the same or different than Mav Signings?
That was Mav. So she's talking about Maverick Signings for the auto transactions, but I believe there is also a Maverick Signing company. I believe because you were asking that the other day. So yeah, this PC is talking about the car. Remember I told you it's a car place.
Yes, but I'm saying the Mav Signings also do auto transaction where people buy cars in different states. And
that's what I'm saying. It might be two different things. Okay. That's because I don't know what the Maverick Signings are because I haven't actually had a chance to do one, but I know it's car related and it's not that complicated. It's like a few notarizations.
Yeah. So I haven't worked with Maverick Signings, but I've worked with Mav Signings.
So I think it's two different things.
Yeah, and I've done auto transactions. Mm-hmm. So Linda Vasquez says, I notarized 3 different documents last week. One client from my Google My Business page. Well, that's nice. Yes. And other 2 were for commercial new bills for a management company, and that was through word of mouth through friends. That's great.
Linda, that is
Google
good.
My Business page is working. And I want to say one thing about this. Did you have something to say, Kim? But I want to say one thing about this. So I love the fact that she said that the other 2 were through word of mouth through friends. So we always say, let everybody know you're a mobile notary. Let them know what your business is all about. Because if Linda had not done that, she would not have gotten those 2 referrals. They were for commercial new bills. So who knows where that can carry her.
Mm-hmm. Very good. That is great, Linda. Thank you for sharing.
So Angela says, do you always need a witness for a will or power of attorney? Thanks. So Angela, Kim, you want to answer that for Angela?
Well, it just depends. Your documents will tell you what they need. Okay. So some power of attorneys do not, but you'll find most of your medical power of attorneys and also your financial power of attorneys will require 1 or 2. Sometimes they'll let the notary be one of the witnesses in the sense that it'll say notary is the signer, and then it'll have one place for 1 witness. Sometimes it'll require 2 witnesses plus the notary. So that's why questions equal money. I always say that. So you want to do good screening on the front end, Angela. What does that sound like? Mr. Smith, I know you have a power of attorney. Can you look at your document and let me know if it requires any witnesses? And they'll say, no, I don't. Every time. No, I don't require none. No, just me and you. And I'm like, Mr. Smith, do you mind double checking that again? Because it's very important to our signing today. Can you confirm if we need a witness or we don't? So then I'll say normally toward the back of the document or whatever. And they'll look and they say, oh, you know what? It does need one. So questions equal money. So you got to know that, yes, some of those documents do require a witness, but you have to push back on your client for them to confirm. If so, how many?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so sometimes they don't. And it's interesting just for side purposes. Sometimes wills don't even need to be notarized. Mm-hmm. If they have 2 witnesses and the person just needs 2 witnesses and there's no notary block, then they don't really need to be notarized.
So with that being said, if they decided, you know what, it doesn't have to be witnessed according to my state or notarized rather, but I want to notarize anyway. Question for you guys. Can you notarize it even though there's no notarial block? Let me know, yes or no. Can you notarize it? Yep. If there's no notarial block and the state doesn't require a witness, doesn't require a notarized rather. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. Doesn't require notarization at all. Can you still notarize it? Yes or no? So I'm going to give you the answer. No takers? So the answer is yes, you can still notarize it. And there would be a process. And we won't get into all that tonight, but just know any document can be notarized, just about, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Lavonda saw that video, Kim.
Hey, thank you.
Amethyst says, how can we get the attorneys on board with signings? Either one of you guys want to answer that, Alexis or Kim?
So if you're you want to answer, Alexis?
No, you're about to say what I was about to say.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you were in an attorney state, It depends on the signing. I can speak for Georgia. It depends on what type of signing it is. The attorney still might need you. But usually they handle it. So personally, I don't really market to attorneys personally. But I have had signings come through that had attorneys attached to them, and I would help kind of facilitate the signing. So that's just me personally.
And then you can market to some attorneys, but that wouldn't be like your refinances or your purchases. It might be more like your elder care or senior people, like perhaps, and I've had this happen several times. An attorney needs me to print the documents and take them to a senior because he's downtown Atlanta, so he's not coming out here where I am. So he'll have me print the document. I take it to the senior. So there's a lot of opportunity for relationships with attorneys. If you're referring to where we can eliminate the attorney state thing for our attorney states, that comes from the law of the state you live in. And that's probably not going to happen. Honestly, it's been that way forever. So I won't never say never, but no, they're not going to do it. But that doesn't mean you can't work with attorneys. We just got to go in the back door.
Right. And then usually from experience, attorneys have notaries in their offices, usually. And like Alexis says, I've only facilitated closings where the attorney was on the phone, but they came in through the signing service.
And I have done several where, again, they've called my phone direct, the attorney, and have me print and take it. So you see, you got all these different variables, different ways they've called Alexis, different ways they've called Angela, and different ways I've been contacted. So that's why your Google page is so important too, because they do the attorney has something that needs to be notarized in 30047 zip code. He's going to put that in, and if my Google page is right, I'm going to populate. He'll call me, Kimberly, can you print the documents and take them to Mr. Smith over at Everson Road? And I'll say, oh, sure, I can. I call the client. It may not be mortgage related. Everything is not mortgage related. Let's always remember that too, guys, okay? And anything else before we let Marlo up?
Yeah, I was going to say, just as a marketing tip, kind of piece together what both of them just said. So attorneys have office. Yeah, just as a marketing tip, kind of piece together what both of them just said.
It's a lot of background
feed.
Okay. This is a marketing tip. I think it's Marlo. Do you have us on still?
Should I? Hit mute for a minute. No, you're fine. Just cut something off in the background, Marlo. You might have two things on.
You have us on still.
But Alexa's still talking to her mouth not moving. Okay, there we go.
Exit out of the YouTube for a second or mute it. But
it's fine now.
It's going now.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I was basically just saying to market yourself to an attorney if that's what you want to do. Kind of piecing together what Angela and Kimmi were saying. The way that it sounds is kind of like, okay, yes, I know you do have a notary in office, but I'm able to go to your clients physically. I'm mobile. So that's kind of the little piece there that you can kind of make stand out about you and why they need to take your information. Because sometimes they'll try to push you away, but you can always remind them, like, I will go to your clients.
Hey, Marlo, welcome.
Hey, Marlo, welcome.
Welcome. Oh, let me unmute you. Hold on one second. I had muted you. Hold on. Let's see. Can I unmute you? Okay, Marlo, welcome.
Welcome, Marlo.
I'm getting so much feedback.
Let me unmute you. Hold on one second. I had muted you. Hold on. Let's see. Do you have two things on over here?
Do you have more than one device on? Do you have your cell phone close to another device?
Yes.
So you just cut the cell phone down.
Do you have more than one device on? Do you have your cell phone close to another device?
Yes. Off. It's off.
Now you're good. Oh no, I'm still here.
We can't think of it are we up on YouTube?
Are you do we have us on two different devices, Marlo?
No.
Oh, what is that background?
This is off.
It's off.
Why don't you come out? Go out and come back in.
Yeah, go out and come back in right quick. What is that background?
This is off.
What happened to Kim? Go out and come back in.
I'll go out and come back in. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Fine.
Yeah.
So Linda says that she did appeal in the Applebee's parking lot because of notary educators. Great, Linda. Great. She's so awesome. 314 says, can I take your notary training before my commission comes in? So she's so awesome. If you have already passed the notary exam for your state, yes, of course you can sign up for our training. As long as you are a commission notary and you're just waiting for your... Is it okay now?
You
So
froze, Angela.
No, long as you have taken the training and you passed all your training, yes, you can. You're welcome, LaSherry. The notary down south said, do you put all those details during the signing or once you leave? Notary down south, I write down everything in my journal before I leave. I even write it down before they sign it. That's part of my process. So we always encourage you to have processes.
Yeah, so...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Alexis.
Oh, no, I was just going to kind of basically what Angela was saying. I honestly keep my book out just in case something comes up. I don't have to try to remember it later on because sometimes stuff drags on. So sometimes I will keep my book out just in case I have to jot down some notes. It happens all the time.
Yes, and I'm with Angela. Part of my initial process is to record in my journal prior to the end of the transaction because Angela will tell you a story of how she almost had to chase down a car to have them sign the journal. We do not want to get our feet ran over out there.
No, we don't.
So we do it in the beginning. That's part of our process, okay?
Yeah. So Carla says, had my first signing at the hospital. Congratulations, yay, Carla. She remembered the tips Kim gave about being patient and empathetic. Things went well, even got paid more than the asking price. Thanks.
Yes.
So welcome. Follow the process.
Go, Carla. Yeah. Very good. So all right.
Bafu99 said, hi, this is Lena. My question is how to handle the situation where after accepting a loan signing appointment, we're unable to go ahead with it due to bad weather or a family emergency. Is it a penalty? Kim, you want to answer that?
So it's okay occasionally to have to turn down an assignment after you have taken it. I mean, even sometimes that's why you get a call as a notary. The signing might be at 5 and they'll call you at 4:30 because someone had to cancel for some reason. Yeah. So we are human. We have things happen. The weather happens. Family emergencies happen. So no, they will not. But if that's your custom, every time you get something and you decide, you know what, I can't do it, I'll just tell them my family's sick. I'll just tell them my car broke down. I'll just tell them my dad is ill. No. They're going to figure you out, one, and they're going to blackball you. So if it's an exception, sure, they're human too. And they actually will be like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened. And as soon as you know you cannot do it, the moment you realize you cannot, let them know. Don't wait and say, well, maybe it'll work out. No. If you know you can't do it, just give it back. The sooner you can give it back, the better.
Yeah. And even if they ask you if you can take an assignment at a certain time, I always said, no, I can't do it at that time. But if it's possible to change the time, I can. And almost every time I've said that, they have said, well, can you call the borrower and ask and set up a different time? So if someone asks you, can you accept this at this time? Don't just say no. Say, no, I can't at this time, but I can do it at a different time. And so every time they've almost told me to call if I felt comfortable getting into contact with the borrower to set up a different time. And I did.
Right.
So Ms. Cece said, Angela, what was your experience like with MavSign? So my experience was very good. I think I have not done a lot for them. So let me say that. And actually they were referred to me by Kim because she was out of town. But I love working with them. The representative that I worked with was very nice. And I told her that was my first time doing it. And so she told me if I had any questions when I get the package, just give her a call. She left me her cell phone number. And fortunately, after looking through the documents, I only had like one question and it went great. She even said afterward that she would put me on their list in case they have something in my area.
Yeah.
So Treats by Design said yes.
I don't remember what we were talking
about.
That
was our question, the question you asked.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, yes. Okay, very good. Thank you. All right.
And Juice for Life said, yes, you can notarize it.
Very good. You guys are doing great. You sure can.
Yep, okay. You need a certificate. That's right. So is it your notarized stamp? Juice for Life said, is it your notarized stamp? I don't know what that means.
Not sure what the question is, but put that in there again for us, Juice.
Frank. I do a lot of boat sales to the state of Louisiana. The bill of sale must be notarized. I have a dealer in Lower Alabama who calls me because many local notaries say no. See, Frank, I love you because I got a call 2 days ago and the man got me through my Google page, emailed me, and gave me this long drawn out story about this trailer he had built, and he got everything, the paperwork. He asked me if I could do a form T253. I have never heard of a form T253. And guess what I did? Googled form T253. And it was more simpler than notarizing a 2-page sentence on a piece of paper. So I commend you for that, Frank, because that's what you got to do. People probably say no because they haven't heard of it or they're afraid to notarize it. A notary is a notary.
Is a notary. Is a what, Angela? Is a notary.
A notary.
Is a notary.
Yeah, I Googled that form and it was very simple. I was even to share some information with him about the form because I read the information regarding what is required to fill out the form. That had nothing to do with the notary. So kudos for you, Frank. Keep doing that.
Let me ask you guys a question. Can somebody tell me in the chat what is a codicil? What is a codicil? I'm going to tell you. Someone called me and they say, hey, I have a codicil. Can you notarize that for me? I'm like, sure. Not knowing what it was, y'all. I'm Googling real quick because she was a little older too. So I'm Googling. I'm like, codicil. All it is an amendment to a will. She decided, I don't want Angela to be the person anymore. I want Alexis to be it. A codicil. So my point being, like Angela said earlier, if I don't know what a document is, I don't immediately say, oh, no, I can't do that. I'm like, give me 1 second while I look something up. Google, what is a codicil? What is a DMV form? Don't just say no, people. Let's try Marlo again. Okay.
Fill out the form.
Hey, Marlo.
So
let's try it again.
Doing that.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Did somebody tell me in the chat what is there is an echo. What is a codicil? Marlo, let's see. Can we get your question? I'm going to tell you. Someone called me and they said, "Hey, I have a codicil. Can you notarize that for me?"
Delayed.
I'm like, sure.
Conversation.
Every time you come on, our conversation follows behind you that we've already had.
That's okay. So let's not talk and let Marlo talk. Okay.
Codicil. All it is an amendment.
Okay, I had my first apostille recently. Just a little backstory. I had a Google My Business session with Alexis on March 16th.
Hold on 1 second, Marlo, because we need to hear this. Hold on.
Can you do it on your phone, your cell phone?
Google. What is a codicil?
That might work better.
It's very delayed.
Say no, people. Let's try Marlo again. Okay.
Marlo, I can email you the link right now. That works.
Hear me? Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying my phone.
Let's just quit talking and let Marlo talk.
Okay. I'm going to hang up on here.
Okay.
I'm going to email it to you now.
We're going to get Marlo on the stage, or if it kills us.
Yeah, weird.
So let's keep going.
Kim's Angela. Okay.
Oh, let's keep going, Angela.
Okay. So let's say yes if the customer wanted notarized. So Nats Russell says, under Tay Russell, the paralegals in my state are required by some law firms to have a notary. Okay.
Oh, okay.
If a document doesn't legally legally need to be notarized and you notarize it anyway, does it make it more legal if that makes sense to you? That makes sense. So if a document doesn't legally need to be notarized, sometimes the document maybe just need witnesses. If the person wants you to notarize something, as long as it's not a vital record, like a birth certificate, death certificate, marriage certificate, if someone say, can you notarize it? You can notarize it. I don't know if it makes it more legal, but it makes it know that you ID'd the person and that person said that that's who they were and you as the notary verified it. So
it does not make it any more legal, but the person wants it and it makes them feel more comfortable.
Right.
Because I had that happen actually. It was an uncle doing a deal with his nephew. and it was some money involved. Like he was loaning him some money, right? So the uncle was like, yes, can you put that crimper thing on it too? He even wanted the gold seal on it, right? He wanted it embossed, he wanted stamp and everything. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I don't think you should do it. I just didn't think he should loan that boy that money. I'm gonna tell y'all, but that's not my business. So anyway, I did everything he wanted, and the uncle felt better. Again, it didn't make the document any more legal, everything we did to it, but it was awfully pretty at the end, and he felt better. So sometimes people want the wills notarized. It just makes them feel better.
Because even if they would have just signed it, it would have been the same. If they take it to court, it would have been the same. He signed an agreement.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But
so
they just want it on there. So
is she back? Is she back?
Not yet. You can keep going.
Well, I was gonna say, you want to do a commercial break?
Oh yeah, guys.
We have some amazing news for you guys.
Yes, we have so many announcements right quick. So really quick, guys. Oh, I had them here waiting and now. So let's start with, first of all, for my people in Georgia, you probably already know by now, but I released a notary book specifically for the state of Georgia. And that's why we're all wearing Atlanta gear tonight. Well, Alexis is in spirit, but me and Angela. It's because I released my book, Start Your Notary Business in the State of Georgia, an attorney state. And it's not that complicated. We hear so many negative things about our poor little state of Georgia. We can't make any money.
Nobody knows anybody.
Right. We can only charge $2. Only an attorney can do it. I mean, we hear the worst things about Georgia, and Georgia is on the map, people. So I wanted everybody else to know we are here and we are making money in these notary streets. Okay. So that's my first announcement. The second one is also all about Georgia, guys. So hang with us. The rest of you guys that are not from Georgia, we love you. You know that. We got you. But right now we're talking about Georgia. We are having our first Georgia meet and greet. And it is going to be May 15th, which is a Sunday from 1 to 5 in Lawrenceville, Georgia. We're going to be announcing more details about that, okay? Coming soon. But we are looking forward to the meet and greet. We call it Learn, Eat, Meet and Greet. So we're going to do a little bit of everything, okay? And then last but not least, this announcement is for everybody. We are starting our own Notary Educators Facebook group. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm about to put the link in the chat. So you guys feel free to come and join us. I'm putting the link in the chat for the book.
Yeah, the Facebook group for all states.
Yes, all states are invited. And I'm getting ready to put the link for the Georgia book, as well as the Facebook group. So within our Facebook group, you do not have to have taken any of our training. That is not a prerequisite. You can just come, share your information, just like you're sharing questions tonight. All three of us will be in and out the group. We do not own the group in the sense that, you're paying us to be on call for you, because we actually are all working notaries, but we're very active in whatever we do. So we'll be in and out of it. And then we have a lot of experienced notaries that have already taken our training that are also part of this notary Facebook group. So it's worldwide, nationwide. So it's Notary Educators. We might take over the world, y'all.
Hey, we're going to take over the world.
We're going to take over the world. But right now, Notary Educators, all 50 states, please come and join our Facebook group. I put the link in there also. And notaryeducatorsllc.com is where you can find information about everything we talked about. I'm going to say it a little bit slower. We're going to bring Marlo on. notaryeducatorsllc.com. Okay, so join us on Facebook. If you're in Georgia, come out to the meet and greet. More information to come. And the Georgia book, okay? Georgia.
And you guys, because we want to make sure you get good information and everybody questions are answered at the meet and greet, we're limited to the first 100 people.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. First 100, okay? State of Georgia. And it's actually in Lawrenceville, Georgia, which is about 45 minutes outside of Atlanta. And then this is our first one, guys, our first meet and greet. But if you ever decide, hey, I want them to come to my state, let us know. We'll make some things happen, okay? We are willing to travel. Let's try Miss Marlo one more time. Come on, Miss Marlo.
Whew, I feel like I just got off work.
Glad we figured it out.
But you did it. Yeah. But you did it. We're going to be quiet. The floor is all yours.
Okay, so I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. I've been a notary actually since 1997. Right. And I found out about the loan signings a couple years ago when the pandemic hit. You want to do something extra, earn more money. And I found loan signings. So I'm pretty much excelling at that. And then I came across all the apostille stuff and Google My Business page. I'm implementing everything. I had a Google My Business session with Alexis back on March 16th. 2 days later, my phone has been ringing
Oh
all day, all weekend, and
oh my God.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, so I had my first apostille call on Wednesday last week, and the guy had property in South Africa. There was a lending company there handling the property for him, but he had a general power of attorney and some sort of transfer of registration form that needed to be notarized and apostilled. So I told him the process, to have his ID ready. We made arrangements for the next day for me to pick up his documents, and I did, and I notarized them with my loose leaf certificate. And I drove the items to the UPS store. This was Thursday, the 14th of April. The documents were already on their way back to me on Friday, the 15th of April.
Oh, girl.
Yep. So I got them today when I got off work. Oh, I work full time at a hospital too. So, so when I got off work, the UPS envelope was here. I looked I painstakingly looked inside just because I didn't know if I did it right. And they were right. There were 2 apostilles.
Yes.
Those 2 documents.
Great.
Yes. Congratulations.
That's
So
awesome.
the key is to follow the process, you guys. Where is the Secretary of State in Cincinnati, or where is it?
It's in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is technically like 2 hours and 30 minutes away from Cleveland, where I am.
Yep.
But it was, I mean, the process works. So I called the client today to let him know that his documents came back apostilled, and he said I can drop them off today or tomorrow. He wasn't really, didn't really matter to him, and so I dropped them off this evening. He gave me $195.
Go ahead, Marlo.
Cash.
Yes.
How did that make you feel, Marlo? How did that make you feel?
It made me feel great. Like, I'm not afraid to take on these notarial challenges as they come up, all these different jobs and scenarios. I love it. And this was one that I was really interested in, and it wasn't hard at all.
Right.
I am so happy for you.
But what are some things that you do or did to prepare for these jobs? Because you didn't just go out there and wing it. So what are some things that you did to set yourself up to be successful and to get through these notarizations and these apostille jobs?
So for the apostille jobs, I printed the cover page from the Ohio Secretary of State. Just basically memorized that, but it's very, simple. Yeah. And everything is on there that you need to do. I also made about 3 calls to the Ohio Secretary of State's apostille department with just some random questions I had. And one of the questions was, I had 2 apostilles. Do you need, I felt like it was a dumb question, but it wasn't. I had 2 apostilles. Do I need 2 return labels? And they were like, no, you can put them both in the same envelope. But that's something I know now going forward.
Yes.
So but they were very nice and willing to answer just all types of questions. But in terms of notarizations, like I said, I've been a notary since 1997. I used to work for a bank, and when I quit the bank, I went to the hospital, and I just have renewed my notary commission every 5 years from 1997. I've never had any interruption in my notary commission.
And tell us a little bit about your experience with Alexis.
I was about to ask you, do you think that really helped your business?
I absolutely do. I mean, because I was just getting calls from just handing out my business cards and things like that. But when I had the session with Alexis, we went through every single point on the list on the Google My Business page. She talked about it, and after that, we set up my website.
Oh,
yes, we set up my website. So literally 2 days later, I was getting random calls on my cell phone, and I was answering them, and I was at work, and I was like, okay, but I can go into an empty office and take the call and whatever. But I've even had a lady last Friday meet me at the hospital on my lunch break. She needed a notarization so badly that, she said, I'll come to you. She gave me a $15 tip. It was one notarization. She brought in her ID. I verified her
identity. She signed the form. I notarized it. She said, I know you said it was $5, but you don't know how much you helped me.
Girl,
Right.
you making money at the job
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Yes.
Yes. Very good.
I have two questions. One, the apostille, did you have him pay the full amount after?
Yes.
Okay, just a little tip. You can have him pay prior to or do half and half. That way you have some type of money because apostilles can get costly depending on your state. So that's just a little, little tidbit.
And you have to pay for the FedEx and
Yeah. So that way you'll have some type of money already.
So always get half up front. That at least covers the shipping and your time. So just say you charged the $175 and you collected $100, and then he says, you know what, I changed my mind, Marlo, I don't need that. And you done already bought the FedEx, you done already ran around. So at least get half of it. But I really collect all of it. Mostly is my process. I try to get all of it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I try to get all of it. But sometimes if I feel the vibe, I said, well, for instance, if I do whatever, $225 for whatever. I said, well, my fee now is $175, and you can pay the remaining $50 when I return that apostille to you. They always go for it, but I'm not going to just not have them pay me anything. I'm not going to even accept half. I want most of my money.
And it's a trust factor there too. That's the reason why sometimes I do that half thing, because they're looking like, well, I'm about to give you $200 and I haven't gotten anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me, if I get half, I'm usually happy with that.
Right.
Again, I try to get all of it, but again, that's going to be factors depending on your state. If I'm driving 2 hours to the Secretary of State and I'm doing them a favor, 4 hours round trip, no, I want all my money up front. So you know what I'm saying? You got to look at all the variables and all the different factors and stuff. Marlo, we are so proud of you. Any tips you have for notaries that may be frightened to get started? Any tips that you have?
Just like what most of the YouTubers say and most seasoned notaries, just do it. Just do it. One thing about notarizations is the same thing all the time. The Jurats are the same all the time. The acknowledgements are the same all the time. The oaths are the same verbiage. And once you learn how to do them once or twice, it literally is second nature.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do appreciate you joining us. It was an effort for you to get on stage, but it has just made our evening to know that Notary Educators has been a part of your journey and your success. And we wish you much more of it, okay? Don't forget, join the Facebook group. Join the Facebook group so you can share that knowledge, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, we thank you guys so much. It's Notary Educators is our new Facebook group. Okay. All right. Thank you, Marlo.
You're welcome.
I'm going to hit a few questions real quick. So,
okay.
South Carolina and Virginia are attorney states. Is it hard to go direct in Georgia? Tamika Hutchison. I'm not direct with any companies. I do have companies that preferred that I'm one of the preferred notaries. You guys, what about going direct?
Alexis is very good with going direct here in Georgia. You want to talk about that, Alexis?
Yeah, of course. So in the state of Georgia, through trial and error overall, I kind of just did away with trying to go direct here with title and escrow companies. You'll get a lot of pushback. So it kind of just over time, it just kind of got not worth it to me. So my little trick is I just market myself to out-of-state companies. If you're in Georgia, top 2 players for me in Georgia are Florida and California. And just do some research, find some more. And all you have to do is type in title escrow companies in California, title escrow companies in Florida. You get a list and you email, phone call, or send them like a letter, old school letter with your business cards in there, type up something really nice. And so I've had plenty of people reach back out to me and they'll say, hey, can you fill out this contractor form, whatever, their operations are as far as me signing up with them. And then, that's the connection.
And guys, we want to give a shout out to Ty, the abnormal notary too, because we all took her. Ty.
We did.
Ty, the abnormal notary. We all took her apostille class last Saturday. So you all know that we all do apostilles, right? So there's always something to learn. And we took her class last week. And after coming out, a lot of stuff was much clearer for us. So she has a whole 5 or 6 part series on her YouTube channel. and that will definitely help you get going. I also have 3 videos on my YouTube channel. So between her 5 or 6, they're mini ones. And between my 3 or 4 that I have, you guys should be able to start adding apostille to your notary business. So for everybody on this, we just dropped $175 worth of knowledge right there for you. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So watch my apostille videos and watch Ty's, and you might be good. Okay. Also, do a few more, Angela, if you don't mind. Did we skip Amethyst about the attorney working via phone?
We're right there. If an attorney is attached to the signing, will they facilitate via phone? Yes, they will. They'll be on the phone. And really the purpose, when I was on the phone with the attorney, they really didn't say anything. They're just, that's their way of being there while the notary is doing the signing. If you're in an attorney state, that's their way of being there.
And that may be changing a little bit. Our temporary RON Act that we had due to COVID expired. So nowadays that may not look the same. So just always be cautious there. Okay.
Right. You guys are so welcome, Renee. Welcome to the new notary journey.
Yes. Welcome, Renee.
The notary down south said, asking since we signed at the beginning, just wondering about all the other details that happens during the transaction.
Oh, you can just write it as you go along or at the end, I write what's in what, as it. So normally, I mean, you already see the crazy when you first get there. Okay. If the dog's running on you, who all in the room, I'm just jotting that down real quick. It doesn't have to be a book. It could be a couple keywords: father in room, nurse in room, patient was sleepy, or a patient was whatever. Not a book. Okay. Because we don't have time for that. We out there to. Okay, so you don't have to write a book, but just a few keywords about what happened. Was it raining? Just write the word raining. You'll remember what that was. Snowing.
And I had one the other day at the nursing home, and the guy was, alert. I just put alert, joking, laughing. I just put little keywords like Kim said. I didn't write whole sentences in a whole book.
Yes. All right.
Notary Niece says she signed up with Mav Sign. Patricia says it's an amendment.
That's a codicil. It's an amendment to a will. Yes, guys, y'all rocking and rolling out there.
Life. Ladies, is being an attorney basically like a bouncer at the club, identifying IDs to the person and not necessarily making sure signatures match. It's a little bit more than that, Juice for Life.
It can be.
It can be, but it's a little bit more than that.
It can be.
Yeah. That's funny though. So the notary downside, so does she have StreamYard and YouTube? So a lot of people are saying she has to get out of YouTube or something when she starts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that echo was bad. Yeah. So let's skip
and then
down.
They said Griff StreamYard does the same. I can't wait to start in the notary business. Welcome. Hello, ladies. This is my first time joining. Purchase Kimmi, start your notary business step by step. Great read. Feeling more comfortable. Very good. Very good.
Yes, Renee. We are so happy. Thank you for buying the book to everyone.
People are excited about the Facebook group. They're excited about your book.
Yes. Let's see what else we got.
Need someone to help me in South Carolina. Can you help me link up, please? So we've had students in our class from South Carolina, Sister Natural. It is an attorney state. So go to notaryeducatorsllc.com. Send us a message. Sign up for one of the classes. We'll be happy to help you. Audrey said, should we fill out the I-9?
We skipped Belmont too. Belmont 77.
No, I didn't. I said she was just in Lawrenceville last week.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had a moment.
We'll come back at the end of the middle of May for our meet and greet.
Please come back.
Sister Natural, she wants to meet up. I told her to check our page out. Audrey said, should we fill out the I-9 if never done it before? Audrey, the answer is no.
Audrey, we don't put stuff on our page, our Google page that we don't know how to do. And we don't just accept assignments that we do not know how to do. We don't just fill out an I-9 because people's jobs are on the line. So if you fill it out incorrectly, they have 3 business days to get that completed, right? So Audrey, if you really want to be a pro at filling out the I-9, you can do your own homework, self-teach yourself. I do have one video on my page, YouTube channel about the I-9. I take you step by step. And then I also have a little course. It's the I-9 completed like a pro, something like that. But everything's at Notary Educators, LLC.com. And if you can't figure it out, I would highly recommend the course. It's like you and I in a room, and I teach you how to do that. I also have a fingerprinting course on there. So you don't have to pay $300 or $400 for a fingerprinting course. For ink, I teach you that one. That's a separate one also at notaryeducatorsllc.com. And then also Notarize Like a Pro, where I teach you how to notarize. It's like you and I in a room. and we go over properly notarizing documents. Okay.
So Kevin said he read your book on the Kindle. You dropped gems left and right. Thanks. He said congratulations.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you have any training course? Nat Russell, we do at notaryeducatorsllc.com. Check out all
put
of
that
our,
in the chat right quick too.
Check out all of our live courses, and Kim has some courses that are not live. Star Child, just curious, if you give away all the info on live, do you think it will hurt your sales? Why not? Just curious. Star Child, we're here to help notaries.
Oh no.
It doesn't hurt our business at all.
This is a piece of information.
This is a little piece of information.
And I want to talk about that for just a second.
A few questions. So this is a question and answer. It's not training.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not training, but I want to talk about that just.
Kim keeps freezing
for
up.
a second because we get that question. Oh no. Am I still freezing?
No, you're good.
Am I still freezing?
You're good.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that, guys, but I want to answer this really quick because I get that question all the time. Kimmi, you tell us so much information. How do you make money? How do you guys even profit? Well, we're not all about the profit, first of all. We're of the mindset we're going to give you what you need on these Monday Night Lives. Whatever question you have, if you cannot tell, we answer it for you. Why? Because we know from the live, you're going to trust us and you're going to say, you know what? They gave me the truth about this. They're going to give me the truth about that. So if we never do business together, it's okay too. We'll still be friends, but we are of the mindset we give and we get. How about that? It's just like anybody else. If you stingy with knowledge, some people, they don't want to share. Nothing can come in, nothing can go out. We give you all the gems for real because we really do care about the notary community and we want you each to excel in your businesses too. We all work. So we all have our own notary business. We do training also. So we just love doing all things notary. That's real talk.
And my mama used to say you can't get nothing out of a tight fist.
I know.
Yep.
And it's too. That's what you got to remember. The questions that we answer, they're small pieces to a bigger book.
Right.
Like, you still need a whole lot more information than that one little question is going to be able to cover. Trust us.
Right.
We've done research. We've been out in the field. Like, yeah. So we don't.
But it's our pleasure. Believe us when we tell you we love these lives. We love talking to you guys. So if we can help you, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Can we get a few more, Angela?
The date for the meet and greet is May 15th. And by the end of the week, look on notaryeducatorsllc.com for all the information. May 15th is the day for the meet and greet in Georgia, which is in Lawrenceville. Fearless Notary said, would love for y'all to come to Jacksonville. We may have to work that out, Fearless. Shavonda says, can y'all postpone it to Georgia to May 21st? Shavonda, where are you at? So Audrey is excited about Georgia. Macon is in the middle of Georgia. That's my city. Well, Macon is only an hour and a half away, Amethyst. You can ride up here.
Come on down, spend the night in the hotel, chill out.
Celeste says she read your book to start your business. She heard the same thing about notaries can't make money in Georgia. She ready to prove them wrong. All right, Celeste.
All right.
Hold on, y'all. One more time. Georgia. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
The meet and greet is going to be fire. We've been planning this for a while, and we finally it all came together. Like they say, what is the theme of it? Meet, eat, greet. What?
Learn, eat, meet, and greet.
Yeah.
Learn, eat, meet, and greet.
Yeah.
Learn, eat, meet, and greet.
Yeah. Y'all have a chance to communicate and interact with people from all over. Everybody always say, I don't know nobody. I don't know any other notaries. Mm-hmm. This is the time for y'all to exchange phone numbers. If you need a witness, if you have questions, you just never know. We all can be of assistance to one another.
Yeah.
What part of Georgia we're in, we're hoping you find at least one person that's close.
Yes. Oh, it's only $49.99 and you get full dinner included. $49.99 and full dinner. 100 people is the max. That's it.
So Audrey wants to know what kind of printer you need. If you're going to be doing loan signing, you should have a laser printer.
Yep.
Audrey. A lot of the just comment. Star Child said she's been waiting for the Georgia Google verification for over a month. Still nothing. Requested again and nothing. Any advice? Any advice on that, Alexis?
Reach out to Google. That's the only thing I can tell you. Reach out to Google. If that does not work, or if they give you a runaround or something, the only thing I can think of next is to just do another page and see if you're able to get it from that other page.
Mm-hmm.
So Notary down south got me cracking up. She's talking about what would Angela do?
Well, wait a minute, Audrey, go to Notary Educators LLC and click on the Google and request to meet with Alexis to see if she can help you. If it's something she can quickly help you with, she'll do it. But if you need to set up the page, make an appointment, get with her, Yeah, do that. Notary
actually, Miss MB is asking for Alexis's information also. So Alexis can be found at notaryeducatorsllc.com. And there's a whole little Google section there, and it'll email her, go right to her, and she'll respond usually within 24 hours. Okay. And again, go to notaryeducatorsllc.com. Okay.
Notary Down South makes me laugh every week.
Yes. WWAD. What would Angela do?
You make me laugh every week.
Most of her ducats not even half.
So we don't have time to set up time to discuss payment processing.
Let me do it really quick, Angela. Really quick.
You got 5 seconds.
To do Ramona. So to do your payment processing, that's going to look like Square. I have a video. I actually have about 2 or 3 about pricing and then how to accept payments. So you're going to do Square, Cash App, Visa, MasterCard, all of that. So check out my videos on how to set up your payments. Okay. How to accept payments doing general notary work.
So you guys don't forget to sign up for our Facebook page. Don't forget on May 15th, we're having a meet and greet in Georgia. Miss Avery needs someone to help in Georgia. Go to our notary educators, send us a message. Miss Avery, we can contact you and have a short consult. We're excited about the meet and greet, you guys, so much.
Sign up is going to be when, Kimmi?
By the weekend, it should be up and ready to go.
So check out, look for those on all our social medias and on YouTube. Look out for some type of video or...
It'll be on Notary Educators too by the end of the week. Notary Educators LLC. We just got a couple more details, and then we're going to put that out there also. Notary Educators LLC.
And we do have classes for general notary work. We learn about acknowledgements, jurats. It is live on Zoom, and you can find that information on Notary Educators LLC. We can help you with all of that. If you need a short 5-minute consult, you can just send us a message on Notary Educators LLC.
Yeah.
We are very thankful for you guys being here. We can't.
Next class is on Saturday, Angela. Don't forget.
The next class is this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday.
1 o'clock Eastern time. It's 3 hours. Go to Notary Educators LLC. I said that so much today. I'm just having tongue tied. And reach out to us if you have any questions. You guys are so welcome. We answered as many questions as we can tonight. We're a little bit over, but we really...
And it's thundering and lightning over here too, so I hope that's part of why my connection was so bad.
Yeah,
it's
we
thundering
really
and lightning.
You guys. we are so grateful that you're able to join our live on Mondays. We love it. We enjoy it. And, it's a blessing to have you guys trust us to answer your questions.
Yes, much success, everybody. Much success. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. It's not that complicated.
It's really not.
Bye.